You're listening to the Beans and Dice podcast, a podcast about how we game.
Hey, folks. Welcome to the Beans and Dice podcast. I'm Carlos.
I'm Rob. And I'm Wayne.
And we are a podcast about how we game. Thursday night.
Say that's it. Our Thursday night call-in show.
We made it.
Yeah.
We made it.
Another rough week, but we made it.
Yeah, we made it.
Well, I played some games this week, so it wasn't all bad, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my mind off of all the other stuff going on in this world and at work and all that. So today was something I've been looking forward to.
For sure.
Glad, Wayne, you could make it. Welcome to the Beans and Dice studio.
Yeah, guest host tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All the way from just down the road.
Yeah. All the way from 15 minutes away.
How long was that commute?
15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
That is
traffic, but
You got me beat. Yeah. It took me about 25, 30 minutes. Yeah.
How long have you been in that area, in the Lutz area?
22 years.
So, and I've been driving up and down your area because my kids play baseball near you.
Right.
And we have never met in the same circles before.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
You know, my kid's 18. He's been playing ball there since he was like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Bring that mic real tight in there.
There
Yeah,
we
you
go.
can move it around any way you want. You can the clamps move around. Just
There we go.
You get comfortable.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, you can pull that thing all the way over. Yeah.
go.
Now you don't have to lean.
Yeah.
We're gonna teach him how to handle the microphone.
It's easier when you just call in, you know?
Handle the, yeah,
It
just
is.
Got, just got the telephone. That's all you got to worry about. Yeah.
We are going to
Turn
turn
on.
off the
Turn on the phone line.
turn on the phone line, which actually looks like I never turned it off.
Oh, all right.
So phone line
It's been active.
It's been active all week, and nobody called. Phone line's open. 813-618-7099 is the number. Numbers on the board.
So as always, Thursday night call-in show. We are here to talk about whatever you want to talk about. So please call in. If for whatever reason you can't call in, light up the chat. We'll have the chat available here. We'll be taking a look at it while we talk. But we've got a few things we can talk about just to kind of fill some time until people start lighting up that phone line. I don't want to say phone lines, but the one phone line. Remember, as always, if you call and it's busy, it's just because we have the one line. So as soon as that line clears, as soon as somebody hangs up, that's your cue to call in.
We'll do a Patreon one day to get multiple lines.
Ooh.
Let's start off with the libation of choice tonight. My man Wayne
show
knows how to
sponsor?
do it
Yeah.
right. Knows how to do it right. He showed up today with and Robert, I can't pronounce that. I'm too much melanin in my skin to pronounce that. Help me out.
The Erdinger Oktoberfest?
Oktoberfest I can do.
Weissbrau? Yeah.
Erdinger.
Erdinger.
It is a Oktoberfest brewed in Germany.
It's good.
In Bavaria.
I like it.
Yes, actually,
it's yummy. Yeah.
It's like Hackasher levels of yummy.
Yeah. Okay.
So, thank you, sir.
Hey, no problem.
Salud.
Great call.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all are drinking at home, but call in, let us know. We're talking board games. But before we get into talking to board games, I did want to talk to Wayne and just kind of get a history on Wayne, interview him a little bit since he's first time on the show.
Yeah, for sure.
As more than just a caller.
Yes,
talk
he's
to him.
been a regular caller, but yeah, first time in person, in the flesh.
So, Wayne, are you now or have you ever been a gamer?
No, that should be easy.
Yeah, been a gamer since I was young. I mean, I started playing D&D real young. I have my brother's 7, 8 years older than me.
Okay.
So he got me into D&D. He played in high school, so I was middle school playing with him. And then board gaming really didn't start until college, grad school. When I went to USF for graduate school, there was met some guys there that were board gamers and D&Ders, and they had a club at USF for board games. So we started going and playing board games there, and that's sort of where I moved from role playing to board games.
Cool.
Yeah.
So role playing first and then board games.
Yep.
And when you talk about board games, did you jump directly into the modern hobby, or were they lighter games?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
One of my best friends who I met at that club at USF, he's a hardcore collector of board games. So we were playing diplomacy and
Gotcha.
supremacy and all kinds of games like that.
Right into the deep end with
Decker,
diplomacy. Yeah. Wow.
It was good. We crushed some feelings when we played diplomacy.
Oh yeah,
at
that's what I've
USF.
heard.
Yeah,
I've never played. I've kind of stayed away from that one, but
it can get brutal.
yeah, that's,
I understand it's not a difficult game to play.
Super simple, but it's a great game because it's actually kind of like it's social deduction in some respects, because each round you're going to take a break, and I'll come talk to you and say, hey, I'm going to invade Germany, but I need your armies from Poland to help me.
Sure.
And so
it's getting too real now,
you
bro.
can write, yeah, no,
I thought
that's true.
Yeah,
Whoops, didn't mean that. But anyway, but then I could go to Carlos and say, I just made a deal with that we're going to do this, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say you can write 3 orders per turn, and you reveal the orders, and it's how you
negotiate and
stay true to your word or betrayed your allies. So it's a good game, but it can get very cutthroat,
vicious.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would imagine.
Well, we got some folks in the comments already. We got Mitchell saying, yo. Hello there, Mitchell. We just got out of a game with Mitchell. So thank you, Mitchell, for chiming in the chat. Raph says, your turn cafe tomorrow.
Looks like he's looking for some Friday night games. I know there's a new meetup group that's happening tomorrow night. So we got a call.
Beans and Dice Podcast. State your name and where you're calling from. Hello, Beans and Dice.
And your phone breaks up. What do you got, a cricket telephone? You ain't got no money? You want me to lend you $100? You sorry, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That was pretty obvious that wasn't a real one, but
I always give it a try.
Yeah,
I give it a chance.
You give it
Could
more
be a
chance than
bad
I would.
connection.
I heard that first noise. I probably would have cut it right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
You never know.
Yeah.
All right, that was our first call of the day. Thank you much, so much.
But I was thinking, Raph, I was looking for a game. I think tomorrow there's a new meetup group over at Your Turn that's starting. They just started Our Turn at Your Turn, a Friday night meetup group. I think they're looking for it's either every Friday night or every other Friday night. They're going to be looking to get some people together and play some games. So I might try to make it out there. I don't think I have any plans tomorrow night. So to answer Raphael, I'm going to try to get out there tomorrow.
Okay. Rob's got it like that.
Yeah.
Friday night gaming. What about you, Wayne? How often are you getting out for gaming?
Not much. Playing at home. Tomorrow will be Gloomhaven Friday.
That's
new
right.
thing. So
The new thing.
Yeah. So we'll be on Mission 4 tomorrow. Mission
Jaws of
4.
the Lion.
Yeah, Jaws of the Lion. Yeah.
Good stuff.
So that'd be good. And
Mitchell's in here saying, Will looks different.
So,
yes,
yeah. A little different different tint, tone. Yeah.
Yeah. Will's a little different today. Yes, he is.
Ron chiming in the chat there says, hey, guys.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, all the way from Atlanta, Ron. Hopefully you're enjoying the weather up there. I know we were 85, 88, 80 something, 87 today. Yeah, something crazy like that.
Yeah, it's good. We had a game with Ben from Alaska. He was saying it was nice and warm, 40 degrees up there.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah.
Seems like everybody's getting some warmer temps.
Yep.
I got another call coming in. Beans and Dice Podcast. State your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mitchell Prudhomme from Louisiana. Long time no see.
Hey, Mitch. How you doing?
What's up?
Speaking of that last
Doing
game we
well.
had
How
with
about
Ben,
y'all?
we also had a game with Mitch. Mitch was in there with us.
Yeah.
And he got to teach myself, got to teach Wayne, and got to teach Ben how to play Chocolate Factory.
Chocolate Factory. I missed out on that one.
So thank you for teaching that.
yeah, it's already on my wish list.
Awesome. I'm glad. That's always a good sign whenever you introduce a game to somebody and they instantly want to buy it.
Yeah.
That's how you know it was a hit.
Yeah, when I showed up,
Glad to
both
hear
of
it.
these guys were talking about it. I got here, I guess, right as y'all were wrapping up, and they were both raving about the game. So telling me they think I would like it too. So I think I gotta get a play in there. You gotta probably teach me on
Yeah.
BGA one night.
Yeah, for sure. Did you guys play another game after we finished with that in the hour that passed since we finished?
We did. I'll let Wayne talk more about that.
Well, yeah, you taught me Caesar, right? The 20-minute.
Okay,
game.
yeah.
That was
Head-to-head two-player,
Yeah,
yep.
it was good. I started off good. I was winning for a bit, and then Carlos dropped the hammer on me at the end there with taking over. Yeah.
He let him feel like he was getting doing some good things there. He actually Wayne had a 1 or 2 chit lead there for just a short
but it
time,
was
and
good.
then
I
Carlos,
think the majority of the time.
Yeah.
Most of the game there.
I just took a big hammer
So
swing
how-
at the end.
Yeah. I took my eye
How
off
does that
of-
compare to Blitzkrieg? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. You go.
Wayne hadn't played it, so we've got different, I think, different opinions. I haven't played Blitzkrieg in a while. I think I prefer Blitzkrieg. We actually pulled it out and we're showing it to Wayne, just kind of the differences. And as I was looking at it and remembering all the rules, I was like, oh yeah, I think I do like this one better. So I got to play Blitzkrieg a few more times. But I played a lot more Blitzkrieg than I have Caesar. But I think I lean towards Blitzkrieg. I think Carlos may disagree, but
I like them both. They are both great.
yeah.
Right? Blitzkrieg is deeper because there's many more different special abilities that can proc.
Yeah.
Right? You got research and you got bonuses and You got it's so many more options in Blitzkrieg, which is why I like Caesar better. Right? When I'm talking about a 20-minute game, something that I'm going to pull out at the bar or even at the beach, like I played Blitzkrieg at the beach, I'm usually drinking, right? So it needs to be like a little more beer and pretzels, enjoyable. And I think Blitzkrieg or Caesar has enough depth in it, in just the placement, the tactical placement has enough depth that it just fills that niche for me. So if I had to leave one behind, I'd leave Blitzkrieg behind, although I like the World War II theme better than the Roman theme, only because of the simplicity, if that answers that.
Yeah, I'd say
So just because you're an alcoholic doesn't mean you have to go with the lighter game.
Exactly.
Carlos.
That's what I was going to say. It depends on what you're looking for. He mentioned in a 20-minute game, he'd rather have the lighter. In a 20-minute game, I'd rather have the heavier. So I'd like something that burns my brain
if I
for
could get a
20
lot
minutes.
of game in a short. Exactly. Yeah.
I think they both have.
agree.
I mean, in the 5-minute explanation of the game, you laying out the board. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's the same basic mechanic, but it seemed deeper right away.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really just what do you want? If you're watching, if you're at a bar watching a game, I could be playing Caesar, not really paying attention, right? Look back down, look at the board.
Exactly.
Seems like Blitzkrieg's game that you kind of have to pay attention to it a little bit more.
That's why Mitch would like that better, because he doesn't want to do anything else but focus on the game.
Get through it. Get to the next one. Yep. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Well, another topic I wanted to bring up, because other than online gaming, this is 2 weeks in a row I haven't played any in-person games because my show just closed. But tomorrow, that will be changing. I have a long-awaited game night, first one in a couple weeks.
Congrats on the show. I saw the pictures you posted. Looked like it was a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it was a great show. It was a sellout. We sold every seat. We added performances, and that performance sold out almost immediately, so it was great.
Bonnie and Clyde, right?
Appreciate that. Yes, Bonnie and Clyde,
Awesome.
the musical on Broadway about 10 years ago. But yeah, so anyway, what I wanted to bring up is something we'll be learning tomorrow. It's really hot around here. I assume around the world as well, because Basil just called it his game of the year, Arc Nova. You guys into that hotness at all?
Didn't BJ get a copy of that? Like, I saw BJ post
somebody
that
just
he got a
recently
copy
posted
of it.
So my buddy Jeremy, he's the same guy that has Chocolate Factory, for example. He got it, the Kickstarter. I don't think BJ has it, but he went on BJ's show and streamed it on Tuesday. Jeremy did. So Jeremy's coming over tomorrow, and he's going to teach it to us. It seems kind of heavy for a game about making a zoo. The theme is really cool. I used to love Zoo Tycoon as a kid, but he said, like, the stream took 4 hours because 2 of the players had never played it before. But it was like solid gamers. It just takes time to learn and, I guess, to go through it. So I'm not looking forward to that. But the theme really looks pretty interesting to me.
But it has a Terraforming Mars. A lot of people comparing it to Terraforming Mars. There's a component of the game that is very similar to the Tableau building and doing some stuff on the board. So from what I've heard, if you like Terraforming Mars, you're probably going to like Arc Nova.
I mean, we've had
heard that as well.
4-hour games of
similar.
TI4 or of Terraforming Mars. We've had 4-hour games of
for
Terraforming
sure.
Mars.
I think it's I watched Dice Tower tonight. Even Eric Summer was saying he was having a hard time playing it on the cruise because it was just so popular, and every time he tried to go by to look for a spot, it was just packed.
Yeah, yep. And Tom did his top games. He actually just, I think, put out today on Dice Tower the top games that were checked out during the Dice Tower cruise. He mentioned the Arc Nova was on the hot games area, so it wasn't actually checked out, so he didn't have that. But he said if it was, that probably would have been the #1 game. And I'm just taking a look because I remembered I saw somebody did post that they just got Arc Nova, and it was actually Dan. From
Your Turn has it
just
now.
posted a picture today that he's got it. So I might have to get over to Your Turn tomorrow night and play a little Arc Nova.
Yeah, well, I'll be playing it tomorrow, too. Maybe we can report back next week and compare our plays.
Sweet.
But the thing that I guess kind of gets me about it is that we're kind of talking about this with Chocolate Factory. Like, Chocolate Factory, the theme is, like, fun and family, right? When you get down to the nitty-gritty, it's a brain-burning game. So you kind of don't expect that from games that have this funsy theme, but that's kind of a nice dichotomy, I guess.
Man, that looks like a table hog.
Oh,
this is Arc
man.
Nova.
Yeah,
It's up here.
huge. Well, Jeremy, whenever he got it in, he sent me a picture. He said, this box is almost as big as Gloomhaven. I said, no freaking way. But side by side, they're fairly close.
Wow.
I mean, it's clearly smaller, but not by a ton.
Yeah, we're just scrolling through some pictures here on the
Oh, my gosh.
BGG.
That center board is... I did not expect
It's
that.
long.
A lot going on. Yeah.
That's taller than you, Robert.
Probably pretty close. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I got my pre-order, and it's through... I couldn't find anywhere else. Amazon was the only place I could find it on pre-order.
It's hard to get.
You capitalist.
I know. Listen, that was my
joking. I
last
buy all that stuff
option.
on Amazon.
That's
I'm
my
joking.
last option. But I mean, nobody else is going to have it. So it doesn't release until March 15th, is what it said. on Amazon, I'm like
Yeah,
crossing my
Kickstarter's
fingers that it
selling
will
right now.
actually work. Like they'll actually get it. Because
Yeah,
Miniature
it
Market doesn't
doesn't
have it. Cool Stuff doesn't have it. My local shops can't get it. Like nobody can get it.
Yeah, it's been hard to get. I'm just flipping over here to Chocolate Factory as we
have you
talk. Go
guys-
ahead, keep talking.
Have you guys played Riverboat? Because that your own board where you have hexes to fill in reminds me a lot of Riverboat.
I haven't played it.
Have you played that one?
That's actually was on my list of top games I wanted to play last year, and I hadn't gotten to it because I know when the Dice Tower does their top 100 every year, Riverboat shows up on somebody's list. I can't remember who it is. So that's one of those games that I hear about year after year. I'm like, oh, I got to try that game. But I know what it's about, like the board and stuff. So I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, you're like farming. You're putting down crops for Riverboat. What is it that you're putting on these hexes for Ark Nova? I guess it's animals, right?
I think it's animals.
Pens
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you're
terrain
putting
and
pens
stuff.
down
Yeah.
in order to be able to place animals. So you got to place pens first, and then you can fill it with animals. The animals are going to give you either a prestige. Prestige, I think is what they call it. It's going to give you more people coming to your zoo, but then you got to balance that with your conservation score. So much like, what's the game, Rob, where the two meet? Not Rogers of the Ganges. Is it Rogers?
Rocks of the Ganges?
Yeah, with
Lost
Rocks of the
audio.
Ganges.
You have audio?
Did we lose you, Wayne?
Ours is completely off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I pulled the plug.
Oh, I don't know if people were hearing us, but
There we go.
there we go. Carlos
All right.
disconnected Wayne and I's headsets, so we were dead for a second.
The scene in Airplane. Yeah.
So Rogers, kind of like Rogers of the Ganges, the two markers that come together, right? So there's this conservation track, and in the conservation track, you get points when you start like releasing animals to the wild. So you got to decide like, how long do I want to keep them in my zoo as an attention draw to get people in, to make income, to be able to do more stuff, but then eventually I got to get them out in order to get, because apparently those points are worth like 3 of income or prestige from the zoo.
Okay.
So like there's this balance. I'm excited. Like I was not excited about this game, Robert, until you brought it up, and then I watched Four Corners with Dice Tower.
Oh yeah, their four-corner review. Yep.
And it just kind of solidified my desire to
Yeah,
play
they were
this
kinda
game.
all over it. That main board kind of reminds me of Castles of Burgundy a little bit, where it's the hex and you're trying to build it out, and then you can
Yeah,
change it
placing
from
the
there.
little
Placing
hexagonal tiles.
Although it looks like you have, I guess, polyomino shapes of those now, where it's not just one hex per time, but. $80 for on Amazon. That's like,
Yeah.
for great game's hugely rated right now, but man, I assume this was a Kickstarter, so that's not the Kickstarter version either, right?
No,
so
this
probably
is
a
the
whole bunch of
retail.
stuff that
Retail.
you're not seeing. That's like, I'm like,
But
man, I
I'm-
should have got this on Kickstarter.
See, no, I'm the opposite. Like I want the basic.
Yeah.
I guess back to simplicity's
basic.
sake. I am a basic. Bleh.
Bleh.
I like my latte, my mocha choy latte, whatever. I like it basic. I like things basic.
Not spiced up at all.
No.
Well, all right.
But you're not
Yeah,
super
I-
excited, Mitch?
I don't know. I like the theme, but just looking at it, it doesn't. I don't know. Like I said, with Chocolate Factory, the brain burning this year, not expecting it with the chocolate theme, but like it's still like a relatively short game. We were talking about that earlier. You get a lot of thinking in for an hour, but this 4 hours, like I think I'm going to get tired of this fun animal thing. I'm sure it gets better as you learn the game, but whenever Jeremy said 4 hours, I was like, oh man,
When
I
is
don't
this
know.
happening?
Like tomorrow.
All right. We're looking forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, you got to report back.
Even if you do get it down, they're saying 90 to 150 minutes. So yeah, right, you cut that 4 hours down to two.
No, 2.5. But that's like Terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
We can't get a game of Terraforming
no.
Mars in for
Yeah.
less than 3 hours.
No, yeah, for sure.
And I still won't say no to playing it.
Yeah. No, I'll play Turbo Wars
Anytime.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, if Wayne wants to say, let's play TFM after the show, we've done it before.
Gotta give it a shot.
I think we did it before with William
Did we
after
really?
the show, and we were here till like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the one big game of the night.
No
If you
pressure,
ever-
Wayne. Just say it.
Yeah,
I want to
sure,
play
let's do it.
Terraforming
Stay
Mars.
till 1 and play a game.
I work from home right now, so it's not a big deal. Right? I just gotta roll home and go. But no, that's like if you have a game night, you're gonna play that game and a couple other smaller games, right?
No.
Well, Mitchell will play
At
Mitchell will
our
play that
house,
game and
yeah.
5 others.
It'll just be that game.
For
Mitchell,
us, it's just
Mitchell
that
get
game.
5
Yeah.
other games in, but
For us, it's just that game.
yeah, it's that's a commitment, right? Because you have all these games. Sometimes it's hard for me to get these long games to the table because I look at it, I'd rather play Chocolate Factory and 2 other smaller games in that
Yeah.
same time period than there's one big longer
For
one.
certain games, I am that way. TI4, Clash of Cultures. I'm sitting there thinking the whole time, I could be playing 3 or 4 games while I'm playing this game. But Terraforming Mars is one that I don't have that problem with. I'll sit there and play a.
And I think
4-hour
Art
game of
Nova is
Terraforming
going to
Mars.
fit
I
that
think
same
so.
spot.
I think it's going to. Yeah,
I'm
it's gonna hit
excited.
that same spot. Yeah.
Well, way to bring up a good one. I'm looking forward to hearing your thoughts, Mitch. You're calling in next week, right?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking.
Take a week off.
This.
Yeah.
I've done it enough, right?
He'll wait
Yeah.
till
No, I'll give you guys a play
9:59.
report next week.
Thanks, man. We appreciate your call.
Sure thing. Have a good show.
Have a good night.
Good night. That's Mitch. He's going to get Ark
play
Nova to
Ark
the
Nova in.
table, man. I ain't jelly.
Maybe you get up to your turn and play it as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see. I'll have to get over. I got to find a group that wants to play it. I'll have to get back with Raph. I'll have to get back over to the chat and see if he's still in there. But we may have to find out whether he's willing to play a game of Ark Nova that may lure me out tomorrow night. So I got to see what's going on with the house and some other stuff. But
Take us to the chat, Rob.
oh, it's down there. Okay.
Let's catch up on the chat.
Gotcha.
Let's see. Mark Stang was the last one that I didn't get to. So he says hello.
Yep.
So
There's
Mark Stang.
Mark.
Yeah, just kind of click to the next one each time.
Yep. Got Ron.
Oh,
Fraser.
weather report, Ron.
Oh, there we go. 77 for a high and crazy. Crazy's the weather. Okay, crazy weather. What does Diego's got to say here? Got to wait till mid-March for my copy of Ark Nova, so he's waiting for Ark Nova as well. Mark Stang from up in Ohio says, my buddy says Ark Nova is a child of Underwater Cities, which actually I just purchased last week. I have not played it yet, and Terraforming Mars. So I'm dying to play Underwater Cities. I got to get somebody to teach me that. But yeah, I've been told, again, if I like Terraforming Mars, I'm going to love Underwater Cities. And if this is right up that alley, that sounds like that's definitely going to be a game for me. Let's see. Mark says, got my copy last week, pre-ordered from Capstone. Very nice.
Oh, man. Road trip, Rob?
Yeah,
It's only
there you
15
go.
hours.
Yeah, just in Ohio. Yeah, your wife's done that a few times.
I've
so-
done that.
My
I've
wife's
done
done
that
that a few
road trip.
times. I haven't done that one, but my wife's been up there with your wife once or twice.
Yep.
Mark says Rajas of the Ganges.
That's the track that I was talking about.
there you go.
The
Okay.
two tracks that connect.
When they collide, that's when the triggers the end of the game. Yep, I've played Rajas actually late last year for the first time ever, and I liked it quite a bit. That's fun. Actually, Mitchell taught me that at the Dice Tower retreat. And then Mark just corrected himself on the spelling of Ganges, so just wanted to clarify he knows how to spell Rajas of the Ganges. And then Raph jumped in and says, I'm 100% down for Nova tomorrow. Okay. Well, they just tightened,
Friday.
tightened the reins, yeah, for a Friday night Ark Nova. So I got to check with the wife, so I'll get back to you, Raph, and let you know if I can make it out. So,
Oh, I wish I can get out like that.
oh, you can try.
It's my son's birthday
We'll be there.
weekend.
Oh,
We're doing
man, my
birthday
soul's suffering.
dinner.
Okay.
Don't tell him, but I bought tickets to the Grand Prix in St. Pete.
Not watching.
He's going to love that. Turns 15 this year. So
Nice. Yeah.
learner's permit. I already taught him how to drive a manual.
Yeah.
So now he gets to actually drive the manual in the streets.
Great
Nice.
lost skill of America is driving
Right.
manuals.
Yeah, that's dying breed for sure.
I figure it's a great anti-theft device.
It is.
Nobody's going to steal my car.
Nobody can drive it away.
Phone lines open, 813-618-7099 is the number. Looking for your calls to talk about gaming. We talked to Wayne a little bit about his introduction into board gaming, how it started at role-playing games, worked your way into board games. Now, I know you played a lot of the miniatures games, right? The what was that specific one?
HeroClix, Mage Knight, Mech Warrior, all those. Yeah, that was right when I got into board gaming, and
Because it got you into the stores?
yeah, well, no, and just by USF was with Merlin's books was the.
Oh my God, Merlin's! That's a throwback.
And we'd go in there, and I went in there, and the guy, one of the guys, he was playing the game, and then immediately came out buying a case of them.
Got a call coming in.
Beans and Dice Podcast. State your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mark from Columbus.
Hey, I saw the phone number. I thought that might be Mark. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Excellent, excellent. We're trying to shake off a rough work week here with a nice Thursday night call-in show. So, what have you been up to?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to get all my stuff done because I'm going out to Dice Tower West. Next week.
Yeah, nice. That'll be fun. We got to make that one day. Carlos and I have talking about we've got to fly to the other coast here at some point and experience that at some point. So
Get all those buffets in Vegas. And
nice stuff.
Yeah, I've gone out there. I've only been out to it once in 2020. It was like the last thing before COVID hit and shut everything down. It was in February of 2020. So
Is it really in Vegas? Is it Vegas?
Yeah, it's Vegas. Yeah, it's just off the strip there.
Yeah, it's on. It's going to be at the Rio where they held the World Series of Poker for a number of years. So
Nice.
So yeah, it's right there off the strip, and it's a blast. Well, I like Vegas anyway, so it's always fun for me anyway. But
Right.
but part of it is now for me, most of these are places to meet people, friends that I see a couple times a year.
For sure. Yeah.
So that's why I love going to this and the retreat and other ones. And then also going to Origins this summer because it's my home convention here in Columbus, Ohio.
Right. Makes sense.
So,
Let's talk conventions for a moment here, because I was looking at my calendar, and I was like, holy moly, it is filling up so fast for 2022.
Yeah, for
Lots
sure.
of conventions.
I just don't feel I can afford this.
Yeah.
One. Two, I don't think I'm going to have enough PTO to do all the things I want to do.
Time off work, yeah.
Like, Mark, how are you balancing, deciding which ones to go to and marking your calendar? What's your plan for 2022?
So right now it's the Dice Tower West, Origins, and the Retreat in September.
Okay.
And
The Miami one, right?
Right. The only
Yeah,
one.
the Miami one.
They're
Yeah.
not doing Orlando
No,
again?
No, they're back in Miami.
They're,
Miami
they're not
only.
doing Orlando this year.
I want to go to that one this year.
Yeah, I'm going to do Miami. Yeah.
You're
for
doing
sure.
it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we said we were doing it. We said we were going to broadcast.
I thought we were doing Orlando.
No, they're not doing Orlando.
Oh, so I got to schedule
no.
that one in now?
Yeah, I mean, they had said from the beginning that Orlando was just the one-shot deal. So,
All right,
yeah.
so September. Let me talk to wifey. It might be her birthday weekend. I might be in trouble.
No, isn't that October?
The retreat?
Well, no, it's September 14th through the 18th.
Okay.
No, her birthday's the 13th.
And,
It's good.
Oh, day after. Okay. And you get your tickets already? I know they went on sale for the Miami Veterans today.
Yeah, I got mine. For this fall, so I'm
Cool.
excited about that.
Now, we don't get access to
think
those
that a
tickets yet,
They're
Rob.
starting next week for us. It was the first week
Because we're not Miami
people.
veterans.
Then the Orlando, they said they had 93 left, I think is what Sharon posted this afternoon. And then they're going to be opening it up to the Orlando folks next. And if there's any left after that, they'll be opening it to the general public next month.
I guess we got to buy our tickets next week.
Yeah, probably so.
All right, Mark, we'll see you in Miami. My grandma lives she's actually visiting with us now. She's up. My mom had some surgery. My grandma's been visiting. She's staying up with us the last 2 weeks, but she lives in Pembroke Pines. So I'm not sure exactly how far that is,
Okay.
but that gives us a place to crash. if we
Yeah,
need
for
to.
sure. That'd be nice.
There's just too
That'd be
many
cool.
back to back to back.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
So let's talk just September alone, Mark, because you gave me the ones that you're going to, right? And September, I think, ends it for you. That's your last one for the year.
Yeah, that's the last one for the year. I may get. It depends. I may go to PAX Unplugged. It just depends on how much PTO I have by the time December rolls around.
Yeah, up in Philly.
Because I've got some friends from New York who go, and so again, it's about meeting. It's about hanging out with friends that I don't get to see very often. So, and I went to that. I went with them a couple years ago, and well, I guess it was 2019, so that's been almost 3 years ago now. But I would love to do that one again. That's a fun one.
Yeah, I've heard.
But so if I can do it, but again, it's once you start taking these weeks off here, week off there, it starts to eat up if you want to do anything else in terms of vacation wise.
Yeah.
So,
And if you got anything else going on in your life, I got some other things. I got a busy March coming up.
Yeah.
I'm taking a whole bunch of time off in March. I told my team at work, I was like, after March, I'm not going to have much PTO for the rest of the year, but every bit of PTO
After
I have after
March.
that is going to be, every bit I have after that is going to be board game conferences, so conventions. So, yeah.
No, that's my issue. Is I work in education, and so the cruise is out most years,
Yep.
and then in September is like that's busiest
it's
time
really
of my
hard.
life is
Yeah.
September. So it's like
Yeah, Dice Tower Cruise was last week, so they started posting some stuff on the Dice Tower channel about that. So I'm watching all that. So yeah, looks like a good time.
yeah, I have people that go to the retreat who also go on the cruise,
Sure.
and they keep telling me I need to go on the cruise. I need to go on the cruise. I'm like, I can't do them all.
Right,
I don't have
got to draw the line
I don't
somewhere.
have that much time. I don't have that much money.
Yeah.
So, you got to kind of pick and choose. Like they also are trying to get me out for Dice Tower East. And it's that week of 4th of July. I'm going to be with family.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, we're doing that this year.
Uh,
My tickets have been rolling over the last couple of years, so I've been waiting for them to do it again. And I think Carlos, you already have your tickets, right, for East? Did you?
Yes.
Dice Tower East. Okay, yep. So yeah, we're definitely going to be there at the Caribe Royale in Orlando. So that'll be fun.
We got the villa, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so now I get to cook steaks and
nice.
Yeah.
make rice
Full
and
kitchen
beans.
and all that. Yep, it's a good time.
What else you got going on game-wise?
good.
We talked a little bit about conventions. That was my question for you, so I just interrupted your topic. What's your topic for the call?
I just I got some in-person board gaming done recently, which has been really hard for me.
Right.
So I played Shadow Kingdoms of Valeria,
Okay.
which I wasn't sure about, but I really enjoyed it. It's a sort of a, I guess it's sort of a set collection and slight engine builder. Anyway, the one mechanic that I really like is one that Maracaibo has, where you've got like a game board that has all these discs on it, and as you do things, you get to unlock pieces off your game board and get more powerful.
Okay.
And I really like
Engine
it.
building.
Doesn't play like Maracaibo at all in any other way, but
Okay.
other than that one thing, but that I really enjoy that, because you've got a decision every time you do something. You got a decision. You got these, 10 discs. Which one am I going to take off? Do I want to get this now, or do I want to get this one now, or whatever? I love those decisions. So
Yeah.
it was fun. And I did get Arc Nova, but I haven't got it to the table yet. I really hope I get a chance to play it.
Have you had a chance to lay it out on the table? Mark,
No.
you don't often call in, so I'm gonna take your time here today. Here's another topic. How are you gonna learn it? Like, what is your strategy for learning a game that
Games.
deep?
Yeah.
So I usually what I do is if I can find a good how-to video, I got a TV in my game room, and I'll turn the video on, and I'll basically do the game along with them. I open up the game, I get all the pieces separated, and then when he's doing the setup, I'll do the setup. And then when he's so I can sort of get that muscle memory going, right? So I'll have to pause it a lot.
Is it Rodney?
I was going to say, keep saying
Gotta be
he
Rodney.
assuming Rodney. His
Yeah, of
video.
course. Yeah.
Typically Rodney, but every once in a while he doesn't have it, so it's somebody else. But so yeah, I'll watch the video and sort of go through the setup, and pause it, look at the rule book, get the things out so I can understand as he's going. I don't like just sitting and watching it, because then I don't do something with it.
processes in my
Absorb it.
brain.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, it doesn't stick.
Right.
But if I can do
Touch
it
it and do
along
it.
with
Yeah.
the thing, it just sort of gets that muscle memory going, and it's much easier for me to remember.
Sure.
And then,
So far, you haven't brought up the rule book.
No rule book. Rule books are bad.
No, not. And then, once I've gone through that and see what it says, then I'll go through the rule book and sort of read through it and try to reinforce what I just heard. Right? It's all about the. I'm not an education person, but I know that there's these, different types of learning, right? And
Right.
For me, if I just watch it, I'm not going to retain it. But if I watch it and then I read about it afterwards, when I watch it and I do it, combining all these things together makes me retain it a lot more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
So
I'm
I
very
try to
much
do
more.
that
I need to
close to what I'm gonna
manipulate
play.
pieces while I'm reading and learning.
Yeah.
So I'm with Mark.
Yeah,
I
I
want to
need to-
set up the board first, and then read through the rules so I can see the board and kind of connect in my head how the board interplays with that rule in the book.
Yeah, I have to do it that way. I can't just read a rule book by itself. I have to be able to see the pieces, hold them, know what they're talking about. So when they say, you're talking about the pens in Arc Nova, I know what you're talking about, right? I know what those pieces are,
What they look
and
like.
I have
Right.
yeah.
But
So,
I think that a lot of
That's it.
gamers are that it's
Experiential learning.
Experiential
Yeah.
learning, where you learn by doing. It's like you set up the board, you watch the video, then you read the rules, then you do a couple of turns, and you just do that.
Yeah.
I think that's really the best, and that's I think what has opened up gaming more is the videos, YouTube, the learn to plays. Because
Yeah.
if you bought Arc Nova 20 years ago, there's gonna be that one person that reads the rule book and knows all the rules, and you're still not gonna get them all right.
Right.
But the
Yeah.
YouTube video gets through that faster for everybody.
Yeah, I'm sure it sits on a lot of people's
Hey, Mark,
shelves.
we got some comments for you, Mark, on the board. Mitchell says, Mark Is English your first language? Question mark. Rolling on the floor laughing.
That was from the Rajas of the Ganges. So yeah.
No, he's talking about what he was saying. Like he said, as an educator, I don't know these words.
He posted that. I saw a post. When he posted it. It was right after the Rajas of the Ganges.
And then he talks about Mitchell talks about tactile versus kinesthetic learning is what Mark is referencing. So it's a tactile kinesthetic learning. We do have an educator in the chat room.
Yeah.
There we go.
And
I knew there
Creole
was
is
good
his
words
first
for it,
language.
I just didn't have them.
Was not Hobbit?
No, Hobbitese.
Hobbitese? Whatever.
I think Mark got to meet Mitchell, didn't he, at the Dice Tower
I
Retreat?
think so. Yeah, we hung out a little
Yeah,
bit.
because Mark joined us for the call-in show.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so cool meeting people from like all other places. Like, I mean, here's Wayne sitting at my table at my house. Like, he's got his feet hanging out underneath my table. That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
This show's been great getting to meet new people.
It was great meeting you guys. The only thing we kept trying to. I just kept missing you guys in terms of playing a game at the retreat. So I hope to.
We'll make it happen. We'll fix that next time.
Rectify that this year.
I got to figure out how to get to Ohio.
Yeah. Well, there's a little convention in Ohio. That's,
I know.
That's a big draw.
Just a little thing.
Yeah, just a little.
I've done Origins once.
Oh yeah, nice.
Maybe like 10 years ago. It was
Okay.
good. It was good. We did it. My goal when I got into gaming hard was to go to each convention once at least. So done Gamma in Vegas. I had a buddy who went to game stores, went there, and
nice.
Then went to the Origins and Gen Con and all those and other cons.
Well, dang, Mark, we got to try hard here.
Yeah, he's getting it done.
I've only been once. It's not like you go to each one. There's only one that I've just. Dragon Con's really the one that I go to like every.
Oh yeah, Dragon
that's not a
Con's
gaming
fun.
con. So.
Yeah.
So.
Well, Mark, it's good to hear your voice. Thank you for calling in. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll definitely look for
Not
you
a problem, guys.
at the retreat down here in Miami, and what's that, about 6, 7,
I thought it was going to be Orlando, but you know what? It's on. We committed. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, definitely.
So we will see you in September for Wifey's birthday in Miami.
Here we go.
Thanks for calling in, Mark. Have a good night.
Good night, Mark.
You too. Bye.
Yeah, so you forgot about all that. You even told me the whole story about how your grandma lives down there. We were going to go stay with her. We were going to do the retreat. Yeah.
And you know how many cases of...
Oh, that was how many cases ago
All right,
that was?
so let's talk conventions. Phone line's open, 813-618-7099 is that number.
There's just way too many in September.
Jeez, I'm like, okay, so let's go through this. Like, I don't even have Dragon Con listed. Robert, here we are.
Yep.
March, right? March 19th, Sobo.
Yep.
Right?
Southern Board Game Festival.
We're there. April 15th-ish. Three Kingdoms Challenge. It's a Blood Bowl event.
Oh, okay.
A 3-day Blood Bowl convention in Cocoa Beach.
Sure. Enjoy.
At the same convention center where I used to take the family when I did all of the historical gaming. So it's a convention center my kids have all gone to as babies. All of them. Right? And now they're going back there for this new convention. Like, I can't miss it. I get to take the new baby to the same place I've been going to for over a decade.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's going to be cool to get pictures of her playing in that same pool that all my kids were babies in and playing in. Right on the beach, Cocoa Beach. So we're going to that, right? So that's April, right? Start adding up the money in your head, folks. These hotels are, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And then, so that's April 15th. July 4th, right? Right after July 4th.
Yeah, Dice Tower East.
Dice Tower East, right? And then Escape Winter, September 7th.
Yeah.
Right? And I think right before that is Dragon Con?
Yeah, that's where like I saw the event for Escape Winter. I'm like, yeah, and then it's
bad
3 days,
timing.
It's 2 days after I get back from Dragon Con, so that's just not happening.
Yeah, that'd be back-to-backers. That's tough.
Like, so there's Dragon Con right before that. There's Escape Winter September 7th. And following that is September 14th,
Dice Tower
Retreat in Miami. And then October 7th is Crucible.
Mm-hmm.
So right around, I think, October 7th. Crucible is a convention in Jacksonville-ish.
Is that the Wargaming one?
It is a wargaming convention. It's a national wargaming conventions with actual, like, full-on competitions. And Rob and I have been invited to host their board game room. And I have the opportunity to host my own Blood Bowl tournament.
Ooh.
At, this national stage level event.
Good for you.
Have my own tournament there. So, like, I really don't want to miss that. That's, like, early October. And then late October, October 16th, Stonemaier Design Day.
Yeah. Hang out with Jamie Stegmaier.
And then I have the Necronomicon here in Tampa.
Oh, yeah,
It's late September, 24th through 26th.
Oh, you write that down.
And that's small-ish, 500-600 people
I've been
probably,
there.
but it's good for gaming. You get all and it's local, so it's right in the Embassy Suites by USF. So there's another one that but then again, that's 4 or 5 right in the September month.
Yeah, it's a crazy time.
And that's not including PAX East,
Which is usually November.
Unplugged and
Isn't it November? PAX Unplugged is November.
November.
Yeah, PAX Unplugged. That's right. Yeah, that's later in the year. Yep.
And then you can always you got BGG Con and
Oh yeah, in Texas.
That's usually October-ish, right? Isn't that Octoberish BGG
Something
Con?
like that. We haven't been to that one, so I'm not as clear. I know it's late in the year.
There's a lot.
I don't know. I posted it in the comments when we started setting up for the show. Like, cons are back.
Yeah.
Like, full strength back.
That's for sure.
None of us even mentioned Gen Con.
No, yeah, that little one, or Essen. One of these days, Essen.
Yeah, because Gen Con, I had bought my tickets 2020.
Yeah,
is when I bought my tickets for Gen Con.
right before the thing.
So I never got to make it.
Yeah.
Before the coof hit and destroyed everything. So I'm feeling, I guess, a bit overwhelmed. Like, how am I going to do this? I just look at, oh, geez, the PTO alone. Just the time off alone.
And money.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
The
get that-
hotels.
I'm gonna have to get that list from you so I can go start reserving some more time.
Yeah, I see you eyeballing my little list
I was
over
like,
here.
oh, what? Another one? Another one? We're going to that one? Okay. All right. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, so that's conventions coming up. I can't think of any. If y'all can think of any,
So
throw them
if
in
you
the
got a
chat.
con out there you want to invite us to, let us know. We'll put it on the list. Just what we need, more conventions. Yeah.
And you know me, I don't like flying.
Well, yes, you're going to be driving. I'll be flying. I'm good with flying, but I'll get there in an hour, and I'll see you 12 hours later. So, but yeah, I can definitely do that. But
I think it's funny because when we go to New Orleans, I'm supposed to drop you off on the way back to Tampa.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling I will arrive in Tampa before your flight gets in.
Well, yeah, because you're dropping me off early in the morning. We're not flying out until late. We're flying like at 10 o'clock. So
that's
I'm giving
why.
you. I'm giving you a 10 or 11 hour head start. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
But that brings up the earlier today. I was watching a YouTube one of the board game YouTube channels, and they did a review of the cruise.
Oh yeah,
and
okay.
it's clearly somebody has gone that goes to other conventions. And they said, oh, you got to do it once. It's great, but they were cruisers, and I've been on a bunch of cruises too.
I have not.
And their comment was the price wasn't worth it.
Really?
Is what I got from
Wow.
that. Because they said they were in a balcony, a really nice balcony. They said it was like $2,800 a person.
Wow.
Right.
That's
and
expensive.
then if they book the same ship like a week later, it's without the dice tower thing.
Huh.
It was like $1,400 or $1,500. So that's
Really?
a huge difference.
That's a giant markup.
Yeah, and
that's kinda crazy.
we looked into doing a board game cruises, and a bunch of our friends were like, "Well, let's not overpay to go on the board game cruise. We could pack, everyone packs 3 or 4 games. We could just go on a cruise by ourselves.
Do your
as a
own.
whole
Oh my
group,
God,
you know,
the Beans and Dice cruise.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Beans and
Because
Dice cruise. 6 people.
You won't have a dedicated gaming area, but there's tons of places on ships like that you can play in.
Yeah.
And so I was always wanted to do a cruise, but I'm like, I like cruising, and I like, if I'm going to go board game, I'm board gaming, right?
Yeah.
But if I'm going on a cruise, there's the shows, there's the excursions. So the guy was basically saying, was it worth that extra price for what you get at the Dice Tower cruise?
Yeah.
Really great game library, but is it worth $1,000 more a head just for that?
Part of it's just the ability to hang out in the pretty intimate setting with the Dice Tower folks. Yeah.
But not just an intimate setting, because you can get that at the Dice Tower Retreat. And even at Dice Tower East and West, you're going to get time, with Tom and whatnot.
Right.
But it's that different setting.
Right. And I was going to say that the cruise sells a lot of people because we've talked about this before. My wife has no interest in going to any of the cons, even though she's come along and her and the kids have hung out at the pool and stuff at the hotel or the resort. But my wife is excited about a cruise and going in that she can go do the excursions. I told her I'm hanging out on the boat. I'm not getting off and doing any of that side stuff. I'll be playing games, but I'll probably go and do a few things. But
I'm not getting on the boat.
Yeah, she wants to. She wants to do all that.
Listen, Linda.
Yeah.
This country let me in once, okay?
Not taking that chance again.
Not taking that chance again, okay? I've seen, is it Jane and Dick, the movie? They went to Mexico and lost their passports, couldn't get back in. I do not want that to happen, okay?
I'd still probably do it once, but like hearing that, it's like, well, you see what Dice Tower East and the retreats, you get that there. It's the gaming library and a couple hundred people. So is it worth that?
Right.
2-3
Having
grand
done
extra?
DTR, Dice Tower Retreat, like I cannot imagine adding anything else to that event. Like I was out of time
for the gaming side of it. But like I say, for some of the spouses and some of the families, that's more appealing to the family and the spouse to go on a cruise.
That would be the difference.
Yeah.
If you have a non-gaming spouse or kids that aren't gaming, like for me, my wife's a gamer and my 7-year-old's a gamer.
Yeah.
But we also love to cruise and go do all this stuff for the cruise. So that would be good. But
sure.
then we're like, well, we could just bring our own board games.
Yeah.
And then still go to a retreat and get that intimate with the Dice Tower folks and everyone else. So I don't know.
Yeah. And then you've got the social gamer like Carlos. He wants to meet other people. I'm not so much in meeting other people. I think people kind of suck. But anyway, so I'm good with a small group of people. But Carlos wants to get out there and talk to 400 or 500 other people. So
Yep, that's me. I want to mingle.
yeah, be amongst your people.
Yes, you know my thing, Robert. A board game is nothing without the other person across from you.
That's what you say. Yeah.
Yep, that's it's about the people more than it is about the board game.
I told you I got to introduce you to this guy called Otama. He's
your boy.
Yeah,
Otama.
We hang out.
I don't know. For me, just being honest, I've never had any desire, ever had a desire to go on a cruise. Ever.
Really?
Like the idea of being on a boat, leaving this country, all those things like make me say I don't want to be on a cruise. Right? Then my buddy got married on a cruise ship. Edward. Yeah. Edward and Jen got married on a cruise ship.
Yep.
And they invited us out over at Port of Tampa. We joined jump on the cruise ship for a day. It's not going out. It's on the dock.
Yep.
And then they took off.
They do the wedding and all that, right?
Yep.
The buffet for that wedding.
That's what it's all about, the food and the entertainment. Yep.
That buffet was so lit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
listen. And this is what's weird to me. Like, the buffet was amazing. There's a lot of things there, but I stood next to the chicken nugget tray the whole
You've told this story
time.
before. Yeah.
Those are the best tempura battered chicken nuggets I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
The cruising, I love. Yeah, the buffets are good. I've been on, I don't know, like 10, 12 cruises in my life, and that's a big thing we do. And I love it because you don't have to plan anything. Your whole day is planned out.
Yep.
You can go get food whenever you want. There's shows, depending on what kind of cruise line you're on. There's movie theaters. There's all these other events.
Yeah.
And to me, also, you're disconnecting from the world because you're not going to pay for internet on a cruise ship because it's just way too expensive. So, hey, work, I'm actually going to take a week vacation and not check my email and not do things. So that's
just disconnecting a little fantasy world there out on the water.
And you don't need to go to a desolate place to do it. So it's great.
They got so much entertainment. I mean, they put ice skating rinks now and all kinds of stuff on these cruise ships. I mean, it's crazy. The atriums and all that. Did you have to restart the? I noticed we hadn't gotten any comments in a while.
Their comments were coming in. So Mark Stang says, "Totally forgot. I'm also going to Buckeye Game Fest, April 7th to the 8th to the 10th.
That's got to be an Ohio thing.
Basically, the same size as the retreat in Columbus, with the same game library as Origins.
Nice. Oh, okay, very cool.
He's getting access to a full librry. Raph says, then there's the Beans and Dice Con too, right?
Yeah,
Raph has been poking me.
Yeah, he's been pushing for that. Yeah.
I'm thinking a game day. You can get a hall for a day or a weekend.
That's
you
what we've
go
said.
To Embassy Suites or something. We could,
everybody
like intimate gaming as much as you want.
Everybody pitch in, yeah.
Beans and Dice podcast. State your name and where you're calling from.
This is Ron from Atlanta.
Hey, Ron, how are you?
I'm great. I'm finishing up a game of Marvel Champions.
Oh, nice.
Shocker.
Very nice. Playing solo or you got some people over?
Playing solo.
Okay. And how's it going?
Well, I am going to, unless something really weird happens, I'm going to beat Ebony Maw, so that makes me happy.
Nice. All right. Very cool.
So you guys are talking about conventions, and I thought I'd just jump in and talk about what I'm excited about doing.
Go for it.
So I hear you, man. Conventions are back, and you want to go to everything, but you can't.
No
money.
It's a thing. Yeah, time off and money.
Yeah. So we have a thing that happens twice a year here called Atlanta Game Fest. And it's 5 days of board gaming, and it's limited to $250 this year. Normally it's like $350.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a Dice Tower retreat size thing.
Yeah, sounds about the same size. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing that. I got a Gen Con ticket. I'm probably not going to that. Also, Dice Tower East is a little bit too close to some other events that my family's going to. So I'm on the fence about that. But I'm definitely going to the Atlanta Game Fest. Some folks in the Marvel Champions community put together a convention in May called Con of Heroes. And could be in Minneapolis.
Okay. FFG.
So,
They have that FFG game center out there.
Right. I know the center.
Yeah. So
Dude, that would be an experience on its own. Like, I'm with Wayne. Like, just checking out places one time.
Yeah.
The FFG Game Center apparently has like a full bar tap system.
Yeah.
All kinds of food. It's like a huge warehouse.
It's right across the street from their facility. Yeah.
Yep.
Heck, I would take a trip up to Toronto, just go to Snakes and Lattes. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That's what go to all of them once, and then you find the ones you want to go to over and over again, right? You whittle it down.
Yeah. So, so my main ones is Atlanta Game Fest and Dragon Con, because I'm here and I actually got the hook up.
But Wayne's going to Dragon Con. He goes every year.
Yeah, I've been going 22 years, so this year we got a game. Then if you're there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
So this year, that's about it for me.
No chance of you making it to the Dice Tower retreat down in Miami?
No. That's not going to happen.
Okay.
If anything, I'll be trying to get to Dice Tower East and make that work. But.
Okay. Well, we may see you there then, if not somewhere along the road sooner, for sure.
I'm writing them all down to see which one I can meet up with them later.
Yeah, we'll see. Also, who knows? I may end up down there in Florida at some point in time.
Nice.
By the way, so my wife's bestie's down in Orlando, and so we like to go down there so our kids can hook up and everything like that.
Oh yeah, it's only about
get away.
About an hour from where we're at. So yeah, if you're in Orlando area, let us know. We'll make a trip over.
Yeah,
definitely.
But, that's about it, guys. Wayne, that would be cool to hook up.
Definitely. If you're at Dragon Con, we'll find each other and get some games in the game room. I'm always looking to play games.
Get some pictures for the Discord.
Yeah.
Yep.
The game room wasn't hot though at Dragon Con, y'all. Like, I was disappointed. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like excited about your trip to Dragon Con, but Robert took me to the game area at Dragon Con, and I was just like,
I tell you what, in 20 years ago, it was massive. I mean, it was just huge.
They put us like next to the DDR video games.
Then, for a good 10 years, it was kind of not good because they kind of went away from it. But the last 3 or 4 years, they've been growing it again, and it's they moved it to the America's Mart, so it's 2 or 3 stories of gaming. There's a lot more of it now, so it's getting back to where it was when it was in the Hilton. Gaming used to be in the Hilton Hotel, and it was like the entirety of the basement of the Hilton Hotel. And then they moved it to the America's Mart, and they kind of expanded it. So I don't know when you went, but probably the last 3 or 4 years is growing every year.
So we went about 3 or 4 years ago is when you
could have been like 2018 or 2019.
That's probably right when they moved it out of the Hilton, maybe in the year.
It wasn't in the Hilton. It was in that
America's Mart,
which I think is like the shopping center area that has like a parking garage attached to it.
Yeah, that's the America's Mart. It's like a convention center, but it's weird layout, and I think
it is.
And they've expanded now because there's multiple floors at America's Mart, so the gaming is now on multiple floors, and so it's getting better. I mean, 10, 15 years ago, it was huge. I mean, when they had the HeroClix tournaments back, then, and there was a card game called Anacrity.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It was a weird game where it was like you're playing, Julius Caesar versus somebody else, and it was like,
Yes.
They had a tournament there one year where they were giving away a Mini Cooper to the winner.
Holy mackerel.
This is like, so that's 2004-ish, 5-ish time frame. So that's how big the gaming was there. It was huge.
So it's coming back.
It's coming back a bit, yeah. I think what it was, too, is all the gaming companies used to be there, and then at one point they all left because they realized they started focusing on Gen Con and NES and those woes, and that's where it kind of died.
Yeah, when we got there, and I don't know about your experiences, Ron, but when we went, Rob and I, there were no gaming companies.
There's
no
exhibit. Really.
None of that. There's none of that anymore. There used to be. It used to be huge.
Yeah.
And then I think they just prioritized. They realized that Dragon Con's not gaming only.
Right.
It's everything. Anything nerd, geek you can think of, which is what I love. It's just because I don't want to game today. I'm just going to go do this and see all kinds of bands and cosplay. And, my wife's a theater person, so we do all kinds of cosplay and, and go to the parade and things like that. So, but yeah, that's my non-gaming con usually. But
non-gaming con. Ron, have you done gaming at Dragon Con? Or how do you experience Dragon Con?
Yeah.
I alternate between playing games and people watching.
People watching is a big part of it.
I do enjoy it a lot. Of at Dragon Con they have the panels and you'll have the celebrities, and they're super popular. So you can't go see get the cast of Buffy because everyone wants to see that. But you can go see a panel with Tracy Hickman, who wrote Dragonlance, and he, it's 100 people, and he's talking and seeing, the guy who created, not D&D, but what's my brain. Eberron, he's doing a procession, or the
man, these two are like peas and pods. They're like finishing each other's sentences.
All that, yeah. No, right on the same wavelength.
You get to meet and greet with like RPG creators a lot there because they're
with the love that Ron has for RPGs and Wayne has for RPGs, we need to create like a sideshow,
get the two
like with Wayne and Ron. Like doing an RPG beans and dice thing.
Yeah, there you go.
At least a podcast with the three of us.
That'd be funny. Yeah.
And I saw the RPG halls at DragonCon. That did impress me. Like totally impressed me. The amount of RPG rooms, the side rooms for RPG work. The board game side didn't. Ron, do you partake in the RPGs at Gen Con at DragonCon when you go?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that's where I go to really get into RPGs that are not D&D. I've learned a lot about different RPGs from there. So, but of course, D&D is the big game there.
The king.
Pathfinder 2.
Wayne, have you experienced RPGing at DragonCon?
Yeah, I've done a few. Mostly I've done a few times. I have a thing called a cheese grinder, which is kind of like a tournament where you create a character, you get a D&D character, and you play. It's like you versus DM, and they're throwing monsters at you, and you have to kill it, and you see how long you can last before you're out. And it's like a tournament, So I've done that once or twice, and we've done like celebrity games where you can, buy a raffle ticket, and if you win the raffle ticket, you can go play in a game with the person that created it. Like I've said, that's where I play the game.
Writers and designers.
Yeah, that's where I play my wife and I played a game where Tracy Hickman was the GM, the guy who created Dragonlance. It's like a once in a lifetime thing. I'm buying raffle tickets for that. So I've done those kind of things. Yeah.
That'd be like playing, Song of Ice and Fire with George R. R. Martin.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's pretty damn cool.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Ron, we appreciate your phone call.
No problem.
We thank you for being a part of the Beans and Dice. We really do. And hopefully we'll see you,
Yeah, we got to meet up somewhere. We got to make that happen.
If not, I guess Orlando, there's supposed to be some kind of gaming cafe out there, right?
Oh yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah,
I can't remember the name of it. I'm trying to remember.
Was it the Shield and
right? It's supposed to be like a tavern-looking thing, very RPG focused.
They just moved actually from their current location to a new location, but like they had a glass door that had the walls of Moria from Lord of the Rings.
You had to do a secret knock or
it was really cool. It was just you walked in and it was
really
and all their food had like RPG themed things. So like you've got the hummus and pita. It was the latmus bread and whatever.
Yeah.
So it was good, and they had a really decent game collection. It was a good game bar. Yeah.
So when you make it down to Orlando, there will be a place we can meet up just to hang out for a little while.
Great.
Have a good night.
Fantastic.
Appreciate you calling in. See you. Thanks, Ron.
Right.
The Cloak and Blaster.
Cloak and Blaster. That was it. Okay.
Cloak and Blaster.
I wanted to say something in Dagger, but I was.
They were real good.
Blaster.
My gaming buddy here from up in Tampa, he lives 30-40 minutes north of us. We had his birthday. He's a big Disney guy. We drove out there, and we just got there right when they opened, and they had no problem us gaming and taking a table almost all day, as long as we kept buying some food, or some drinks, or checking out games, and it was a good day.
Sweet.
All right, Rob, take us through some of the comments
I gotta move this
in the
back
chat.
over here then. Hold on. Let's rearrange. You keep stealing my mouse. All right, where were we at? You left off there. Let's see, Raphael. Ooh,
oh, Beans and Dice Con. That's where we were. We were talking Beans and Dice Con. Raph keeps pushing me to do something and
organize game day.
Because I know we have our monthly game day, and we have great places like Your Turn to play at.
Yeah.
But how many of these cons really do gaming 24 hours? Like, that's what I love about Dice Tower Retreat and Dice Tower.
With Your Turn moving to this subscription model thing that they're doing, we need to look into something there, although that would be a weekday thing, not so much a weekend. Hey, got another call coming in.
Beans and Dice Podcast. State your name and where you're calling from.
Hey, this is Ben from Alaska.
Oh, Ben calling us all the way from Anchorage, I should say, not Fairbanks. That was my old stomping ground, but Anchorage, Alaska. How's it going?
It's going good, guys. How's it going over there? Down there in
pretty
the
good.
sunny weather.
Yeah, I think Alex said what I said. We hit like 88 today or 87 today here.
Jeez, we had like 8 inches of sunshine to deal with today. And
It was crazy. Cars were off the roads. And how is
Nice.
How is Anchorage treating you?
Yeah, it's good. We had 30-mile-per-hour winds today. My trash can blew down the road, so I got to chase after it for a little while. But,
Blew down the side of the mountain because you're living on the side of a mountain now, right?
pretty much, yeah. If I'm not careful, I'll just roll right off of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, then sat down and hung out with the guys for a minute before the game, before the show, and played some Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, and I've heard raving reviews from these two here that played it. But what did you think of it?
I liked it. Yeah, it's a little less player interaction than I usually go for.
Okay.
I'm more of a dudes on a map kind of guy.
my man.
But I really did like it. And I was thinking about something Carlos said, because I mentioned, what game was it I mentioned? I'm drawing a blank now about the game that it kind of felt
Furnace?
like. Furnace.
Furnace. Oh, yeah.
Furnace. There you go. And I was thinking about another one that's actually on BGA on Board Game Arena called Steamworks that Raph and I had played a little while back, which has got a similar kind of conveyor belt thing, so pretty cool.
Steamworks?
Overall, I did like Chocolate Factory. Steamworks, yep.
And
Yeah, it's kind of a steampunk-ish. You build these crazy little gadgets, and then you place your workers on them to activate them and do all kinds of stuff. So I kind of got some vibes similar to Chocolate Factory from that one, which definitely worth taking a look sometime. Fun little game too.
Oh, it's an older one.
Chocolate Factory, I really did. Yeah, it's been around for a little while.
Just pulled up on the BGG here. So yes, is what a 20? What would it say?
15 title.
15. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Tasty Minstrel Games. Oh, God rest her soul.
It did, other than that initial snaking of the selection, once you did your selection, which that impacts maybe
The drafting part?
After that, it's just multiplayer solitaire. At that point, once you get done there, because you're just feeding.
Yeah, you had nothing to do with what I did in my factory.
Right. Yeah.
Right, exactly. The only time you could block each other in the sense that you're taking something that I might have needed, which actually did happen twice. Mitchell grabbed a couple of the parts that I really wanted. It didn't turn out so bad. I mean, I still broke 100, but man, I could have had it. I could have had Wayne. I was that close.
You were close. But I wonder how you could. It's first play, right? So it's one play, but could that game get to the point where I know you need that thing and I'm going to draft it? And how often would drafting that hurt me as much as it would hurt the other person? So that's
bring you both down, where the other two players can rise up.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think on the table, you would see that a lot more so than on the screen, right? Because you have to scroll down on the screen to see everybody else's factories and stuff like that. So
yeah, I can definitely see the comparison between Steamworks. Rob flipped through some of the pictures, and as I looked at it, I'm like, yes, feels similar.
Yeah. Yep. It's a good game too. I mean, we should try it out sometime. Now that Carlos is the BGA guru, now that he knows exactly what he's doing on there.
Sure. Yeah.
Am I the one yelling, how do I undo this? How do I undo this?
Stop. Make it stop.
Yeah, that was officially the first game I played on BGA.
And Rob's got his first victory on BGA.
Yeah. We played, what did we play? We played something. I actually got pulled out a win. Oh, it was
Res Arcana.
Res Arcana. I wanted to say Arc Nova, but Res Arcana.
Yeah.
Res Arcana. Yeah, good game. So I played that in person a bunch of times. But it got me because you get a little anytime you get a win. I don't know if you've gotten one yet, Carlos, but you get all these little badges and everything. So you get your first win on BGA, and it pops up. So
well, Wayne too. First game, first win.
Yeah.
There you go. Achievement.
I'm retired.
Undefeated. Never play again. Never play Chocolate Factory again. You're undefeated.
Exactly.
So I know you've been a lot of BGA.
I'm retiring a winner.
Gaming, Ben.
Undefeated.
So what else? What else you been playing on BGA?
Well, no, not just BGA, Ben. Let's talk about Alaska gaming.
Well, there's no Alaska
Is there
gaming,
Alaska gaming?
That's why I said he's been playing BGA.
There is Alaska gaming. There's a group up here that I've gone to a few times, and the good people lot of fun. There's a Facebook group up here. It's just, man, just wintertime, hunkering down. Everybody's got they're keeping themselves safe with COVID, of course.
Yeah.
So it's definitely been a challenge trying to get face-to-face games going up here. But,
Yeah.
I look at it, I tell my wife, I'm like, it took me 3 years in Florida to find a group that I really enjoyed playing with, that I regularly played with. So
I think he's talking about us.
I'll
I
just
think
work
he is
on it
talking
again.
about us. We love you too, Ben.
We miss you.
Maybe.
Yeah, Alaska's a little different, though. I remember it's been 30 years since I've been there, and I was even further north up in Fairbanks. But the people in Alaska are a little more solitary. I mean, the people that's kind of what people go up there for. Is when you're going up there that it's a little rougher a life, and you're in the nature, you're in the outdoors. There's a lot of people up there who kind of want to be left alone. So it is a little. I got to imagine it's got to be a little harder to break into some of those communities. But then on the flip side, those communities, they do rely on each other, because you may need something in the middle of winter, 8 feet of snow, that you gotta go to a neighbor's house to get some help. And so people help each other out, but they are tight communities. And so I can imagine it'll take a little while to break into some of those communities up there.
Yep, and it'll just take time. We'll get there. Not too worried about it.
For sure.
But BGA has really
All
been
right, guys,
a
well,
help. It really has been able to, for me, to get to game
Connect
with people
people,
who
yeah.
aren't here in Tampa.
For sure.
So I'm thanking Mitch for pushing me into this digital space, even just after the show, just getting with the community, the larger Beans and Dice community.
Just playing a little game.
So it was good to play with a match with you today, Ben.
Yeah, you too. I hope we get something going after the show, and I'll probably throw out an invite tomorrow, like I usually do on Fridays. So
Excellent.
yeah, I know we're past time, guys, so I'll drop off. But
That means it's time to get online and play a game.
Yeah, for sure.
You got it, exactly.
Well, thanks
I got to beat Wayne this time, you know.
Oh, you gotta win at something. Got to beat him at something. Yeah.
Chocolate Factory rematch.
Well, don't be a stranger. Of course, call in, stay in touch with us, and one of these days, again, I'm gonna plan a trip up there. So I'm see if I can get Carlos to drive. How many hours would that be?
Oh, you know I'd do it.
We got to
though.
look that up.
You know I would
That's
love
gotta be
every
at least
moment of
at least
that.
24 hours.
I think
Map
it's
out
40
every
hours.
conference.
40
Yeah, I think
hours.
it's
between.
Okay. 40 hours to Anchorage.
I map out mostly food. Usually my landmarks for where I stop to rest.
Connect
and
all the
eat.
IHOPs and Waffle Houses along the way. Yeah.
See you online, Ben. Have a good
There
night.
you go.
Have a good night, Ben.
All right, guys. Talk to you later.
All right.
All right, that gets us past the show. That was fast. I didn't even realize it was past time. If Ben
Yeah,
didn't
I
say
was-
nothing, we would have
I was
taken
looking at
another
the clock
call.
there. Yeah, I was keeping an eye on it, but
That's why I keep you around, Rob, to keep me sane.
keep you in check. Yeah.
Well, folks, first off, let's wrap up through the chat.
We run through the chat real quick here. So
Hit us in the
so
chat.
we got Mark says BGG Con is in November, so he's helping us out with our list there.
Oh,
Carlos
jeez.
is writing it down, so that's BGG Con. That's out in Texas. Is it Austin or Houston? I don't recall, but it's over there in Texas, the big state, over there.
Texas. It is Texas.
Yeah, it's definitely Texas, but yeah, I can't remember which city it's in. But Raf says, come work at Nielsen. We've got unlimited PTO. Ah, all right. Well, that could be a thing.
That made no sense.
Career change.
That don't make no sense.
Let's see. Mark says, I think the price difference is COVID related. Cruise ships are having trouble selling inventory. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. It would seem like an inverse relationship there, but I'm not sure. And then says, so Mark says, so they are discounting heavily. Okay, well,
I
maybe
guess after the con.
maybe he's saying, that the con
some
was
of them.
booked as a special thing, so that was at the normal
so
rate.
they had
but
a
then-
group.
Yeah, after that, they're just looking to get people on the ships. My dad actually works for a cruise agency.
I don't know.
now, so,
Unlimited
yeah.
nuggets for $1,200 sounds really cool.
Like a good deal. Yeah, if you can eat and drink enough, then.
Have you seen me?
Well, I know you can. I'm just saying for a person, if they can eat and drink enough. So no, I know we're good there.
Mr. Cabrera, we have to cut you off the nuggets.
Let's see. Well, I'll highlight Wayne here. He's right here in studio, but maybe
It's very meta.
maybe
this
some
is
of you
very
guys
meta.
Get deals. Yeah, yeah.
It's something
kinda
William
weird.
would do.
Yeah, get deals on cruising. So jump over to Nick Oben. He didn't call in tonight, but he's in the chat. He says, just tuned in and heard the cruise talk. We're hitting a cruise in March and plan to take Arkham Horror. Oh, very good with us. Hopefully some Arkham Horror doesn't break out on the ship there, but what's that new one where there's Arkham on the ship?
Yeah,
It was
the
Battlestar Galactica. Unfathomable.
Yeah, Unfathomable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah,
Someone
yeah,
did talk about it in the review. They were saying we played that game specifically because we were
on the
cruise.
ship. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that would be
very
kinda cool.
themey.
So it says food shows, sun, and Cthulhu. Good times. Yeah, it sounds like good times. So Mark chimes in, says here, Discord.
Now, this software I'm using doesn't do emojis, so
Okay,
he put the face of someone thinking. So, Mark, if the question is, yes, we have a Discord.
Okay.
We have a group on Discord.
Yep.
If you go to our Facebook group, I have it pinned as an announcement
Beans and dice
with a permalink to our Discord. It's a permalink invite to our Discord in our Facebook group. So if you're looking for a place to chat and join us virtually, we play games. Actually, we play games virtually on there.
We got different. Yeah, I was just saying, there's different rooms in there. You've set up for everything from prayer devotionals to deals. When people find deals on board games online, they go in there and post up the sales and the deals.
Yeah,
we've got.
I'm really surprised how active our Discord has been. It's been really cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of people talking in there, and people meet up for games. So online gaming, if you're looking to do that, there's a room set up for that, and we've actually got the chat, the game chat. So if you're playing an online game, everybody can jump into that room on the Discord and talk while they're playing. So
and that's where we do video chat while gaming after the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Benjamin Richter says, finally got the time difference right. Enjoying the show. I need a convention up here. So a Klondike Con. There you go. Maybe you can start that Klondike Con up there in Alaska. So we didn't ask him about that while he was on. But let's see. Mitchell says, what can I say except you?
And then he finishes it.
You're welcome. So there we go. Keyboard issues, he chimes in there. Edmund, England.
Oh, Sweden.
Sweden, yeah. Says, hello, guys. Hello, Edmund. How are you? Hopefully,
thanks for joining the show.
Things are good out there. Actually, we should have brought that up a little sooner. We could have asked you how the weather is out your way. So
it is a Nordic country, right? Sweden is a Nordic country.
Yeah, it's up north a little bit, so it's up there. I'd have to look at a globe to see how close to the Arctic Circle, but they're up pretty far north, so it's up there. But and hopefully, of course, none of that craziness in Western Europe there is headed your way at all. But we won't get into politics here. But yeah, just craziness going on in the world right now. So that's.
We'll just keep it on the game board.
Yeah, exactly. We'll do our battles on the game board. Mark says BGG Con is in Dallas. Okay, so he answered my question there. It's Dallas. I should have said that. I said Austin or Houston, but it's Dallas. And then Mitchell says, hey, Edmund. So chiming in to say hi to our friend up north.
He's what keeps the show internationally known.
Oh yeah, no, we can use that. Although we had a Canada once, so we've had a few from around.
And
the
today
globe,
we had a call from Tennessee.
Yeah, so
worked out real well. Yeah. First call of the day.
It wasn't exactly what we were looking for, but it works. Yeah.
But it's cool if someone took the time to prank us on a call.
Yeah, they were watching.
Somebody found out about us.
Yeah, they were on there.
Some random person found out about us.
They found the phone number and dialed in. So.
I'm cool with that.
That takes us to 11 minutes after 10, so I think that's our wrap-up call.
That is our wrap-up call. It's been another fun show. We're going to keep doing this every week.
Yeah, I think so. Let's keep doing it. Yeah.
Soon we will have, hoping by the end of this weekend, Robert and I have a video with regards to our plays of Libertalia up.
Yeah.
Because we've been playing some Libertalia. I want to give you our thoughts on it. Mm-hmm. I think the pre-order opens up March 2nd.
Okay.
So we, hopefully by this weekend we can get some together. But outside of that, I see nothing else coming up. We just had a game day.
Yeah.
Successful game day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had over 20 people show up. It was a little bit of a combination between our Beans and Dice group and the Wesley Chapel board game group. So we had, I think it was 4 or 5 people from that group show up. And so, yeah, good times. And we had some definite crossover. Some people from that group said that they were definitely going to start watching the channel and looking for our events and looking to meet up with us for the second Saturday every month. So, yeah, very cool.
So that's us. We're the Beans and Dice podcast. I'm Carlos.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Wayne.
Wayne, thank you for coming, man.
Yeah,
you stepped up.
Thanks for making that long trip on over to the old studio. C?
Studio B.
B
for beans.
Carlos Cabrera.
B for beans.
For beans.
I'm the beans in this, bro. You are the rice.
The dice?
The dice.
Rice? Yeah, the rice dice.
I'm the beans, okay?
Gotcha.
This is Studio B.
Figured that part out. Okay.
On that note, have a good night. Be safe. We will see you online. We thank you for watching.
Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Have a good night. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching the Beans and Dice podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe.